My friends are degenerates, but I never change them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to week number 11 of the Betting House podcast, the ultimate betting podcast for all your degenerate needs, powered by the Garage Door Sports Network. We are back with the regular boys again. Jake, Matt, Justin, TJ. Started off with Matt. How's it going today?
I had a really bad December. Let's just say my record might have been 6-19-2, but my locks are 4-1. So just take those. Everything else, fade. Free money.
All right. It's a good introduction. I like it. Justin, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad. Or
It's the same intro every week. Can you change that? Like, fuck.
You want me to sit there and like cry like you just did? Being like,
Yeah.
Like, no, be positive.
Is it bad that I immediately think he's a newfie as soon as he?
Not so bad.
Not so bad.
How are you now? Kyle, how are you now?
Eyes of eyes.
Now, there's a reason that a lot of people laid off last week. We really shouldn't have bet that much last week. Last week was a shit show. So now we go back to fun games.
Yeah.
That's the definition of my week. I tried to recover and tried to get better, and I just
it's not a great plan on this show. When you try and add to your lead, you fail, or when you recover from a deficit, you fail. So just stick where you are.
Yep. TJ, what's going on?
While everyone's sulking about last week, I'm pretty happy about last week. I got a few last minute upsets that threw away a really good week, but it was still a good.
Not Cleveland.
Yeah, that was not a good one. That was definitely not a good one. There's Justin's one win of the week, so that's good for him.
I agree.
But anyways, it was
the most important one.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I got mine too, so I'm happy about that. It was a good week for a couple of people, so I'm happy about it. Show pick last week of Jacksonville Indy was phenomenal. I'm really happy.
He's getting into it. He's getting into it.
So, anyways, no, we're good. Next person, please.
All right. Speaking of positive and happy people, Jake, what's going on?
Yeah, I only took 4 picks last week. Came out with a winning record, so I'll take it. We got NHL around the corner starting on Wednesday of next week. NBA is in full flight. NCAA college basketball. We get the wrap up of the college football season on Monday, I believe.
Maybe not. Apparently
maybe not on Monday. Yeah, I heard the COVID.
Can't keep
see.
COVID in your pants.
It'll be here eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of good sports coming up here, and NFL playoffs now. So I'm excited and hope we can get some more winners.
Lots of sports, lots of winners, right? That's how it works. I think.
Hopefully.
Something like that, I think. Yeah. All right. Same 3 segments as always. Show picks, take to the bank, and our quick hits. Let's start off with the show picks. We've gone. What have we done recently in the show picks?
Not well.
It's been a landslide. We were doing really well for a while with the show picks. So.
Not spicy.
But it's bounced back.
Show pick in 4 weeks.
Yeah. I didn't want to say that, but okay. We're getting back in the winning ways of the show picks this week, 100%.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think we've we felt very comfortable with show picks recently. I think we kind of we're flippy floppy. Some of us were on one side versus another. So, but I think this week we're a little bit more confident, I'd say. But we're taking two of the same picks as last week's, very similar.
So, getting into those, our first show pick is Indianapolis at the Buffalo Bills. We decided to take the over in this one, over 51 points. Matt, you want to start us off with this one?
Both teams love to score points. The Bills have been on fire, just absolutely killer. Won you my lock last week. Thank you very much. Absolutely dismantled the Dolphins, and they scored 43 points. The total in that game was relatively low. I think they scored 69 combined, I believe. So they don't care. When they're up, they're up. They're going to keep pounding it. They don't give a shit. And Justin has a pretty good stat. I'll let him talk about it, about the Colts. They as well like to put up points, and they've been pretty consistent over the past 8 to 10 games with at least putting up 20 points. So I'm pretty confident here with 51. The Bills could easily score 30 plus, Colts score 20, and we cover the total. So I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, just to say, Bills put up 56 and they put up 82 total in the game.
That's what it was. Okay, that's higher than that. All right.
A little bit more than 69, but yeah.
Stats guy Matt.
Yeah, that's why I retired that guy. That guy's gone.
Stats Matt coming back.
But yeah, lots of points.
Yikes. Justin, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, well, I had that stat, and Matt just said the whole stat with.
Well, no, I didn't say the exact number. I was just paraphrased.
And I was gonna save it for one of my other picks related to this one later, but we'll just tell you now, seeing as we're all talking about it. Yeah, Indy 24 points in their last 8 games minimum. So that bodes well for 51 because there you go. You're already halfway there. Buffalo can spank 24 in the first half, right? 11 of 16 on the last overs for Buffalo, 8 of 12 for Indy. In Buffalo, they're going to have some fans. They're going to be fired up. They're going to be juiced to go. So Jonathan Taylor's been running like a machine lately. So Buffalo's run defense isn't great, so he'll get his yards. Rivers is good enough to chalk up a couple touchdowns. So like this could be at 40 points by half. Typical Indy game is going to be come out fast and going. It could be like 24-21 at half. So that'll be fun. I think it's the most interesting game of the week.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it's
A good one.
It'll have the most exciting game in terms of back and forth.
I think
Are you sure it's not going to be that Titans Baltimore?
So that one's a pretty good one too.
That's a good one too.
I think the funnest game to watch will be Indy Buffalo because if Buffalo plays like Buffalo's been playing and they can go walk through Indy, then like Chiefs, you better watch out. Like AFC Championship game, Bills and Chiefs.
I think the Buffalo game has a bit more of a chance to be a blowout in my opinion than the other game, but still they're both going to be really good games. I'm actually happy about the matchups this year in the first round. They're really good. I like them.
You have any final thoughts on the Buffalo one, Chase?
Oh yeah, just the fact that Buffalo absolutely is their offense is crazy. 56 last week, 48 in their past 3. They're just machines, and like they were saying, Indy can put up points too. But the main thing to focus on here is that Buffalo loves to put up points and doesn't stop. They are a college football team in that sense. When they put up points, they just keep putting them up. Like last week, they had that game in the bag for a while, and Matt Barkley was just chucking still, and they were putting up point after point. So I think they had 21 points in the fourth quarter or something like that in a blowout game. So they'll love to put up points, and they'll put up a lot this week. Colts will do their share too, and should be an easy over.
So let's go back to something I said last week. Matt Barkley over Tua Tagovailoa.
No, we're not going back on this.
Get
Might be
out of
right.
here.
You might be
What
right.
happened? What happened?
He's got no fucking weapons in Miami. He's got Devontae Parker. That's it. And Salvin Ahmed, running back. He's got nothing, man. Get out of here with this Matt Barkley garbage.
All right. Okay.
Jeez.
Wow.
Justin's a little upset.
I
No,
was gonna say clearly he's hard for Tua. Or
Career
something. Let's
trash backup for a kid that's played 8 games.
Okay.
You're writing him
I
off.
feel like
after
a trash backup currently. So I don't know.
58 attempts.
Who had 58 attempts?
Tua.
Holy.
In the last game, he had 58 attempts.
I'm almost
Yeah, 'cause
certain,
it was
unless I'm
wrong.
seeing it wrong here, but I'm almost
was.
certain.
Yeah. Okay.
58 attempts and only
3
361
picks.
yards,
Oh,
3
yeah.
picks.
Yeah, not a big deal.
Matt Barkley, get out of here, man.
If we're
Matt
really
Barkley-
going,
That was Matt
This
Barkley's
year?
first game since he was at first good game since he was at USC 9 years ago.
That's
could
'cause
be
he's
an
not good.
overrated 5th overall pick. Let's just put it that way.
This
Okay.
is also the guy. Like Kyle and Matt are very similar. Matt hasn't called anyone a fraud lately. I'm kind of surprised, but Kyle's starting.
I'm a fraud. How about that?
fraud.
That's
Typical Kyle. Kyle and Matt just.
Yeah, you're
not
behind
making any
Big
money,
Ben's
you're
dead
terrible.
arm and
You're dead to me.
Deontay Johnson being able to catch a ball without grease
Hey,
on
well,
his hands.
that was a problem. He put the
Let's-
gloves on inside out for a couple of weeks. This
All right.
side on the inside.
Let's get to the
Like
second show
15
pick
weeks
before
or
we get
something
into
like
too
that.
much things right now. Second game, Chicago at New Orleans. We like the over 47.5. TJ, you want to start off with this one?
Yeah, I actually like this game a lot. I think this is going to be a really good game. I think a lot of people think the Saints are going to blow out the Bears, but I think the Bears, the way they've been going recently, their offense has been really good. David Montgomery has been leading the way. We've also seen just in general a lot of overs happening in football right now with the better teams. And I think this is one of those games that 2 hot teams, 2 good offensive teams should be able to put up a lot of points this week. And it all comes down if the Bears can show up. I think the Bears are actually going to keep this game pretty close. I do not think they're going to win the game, so stay away from that. But you never know. They're going to do a really good job of keeping it close with the Saints and keeping up with their offense. Drew Brees is going to be coming out firing for sure, because if they lose, he's done. This is probably his last chance, I think. So I think the Saints are going to be gunning, putting up a lot of points, and I think the Bears will keep up for sure.
Fair enough. Justin, you want to add on to this one?
Yeah, the Saints are getting weapons back. Thomas is playing for sure. Kamara's 75-25, I think, that he's playing. He won't find out till Saturday, but, if he gets the weapons back, I'm a little iffy on Trubisky. You saw why he got benched last week, right? Couldn't push the ball down the field, throwing into triple coverage when the receiver was never open against a good Green Bay defense. But New Orleans is like second overall defense. Like, they're sneaky good.
Yeah.
Right, with those corners. So I'm a little worried about that. That's why, we'll see a little later where some other picks are going to come in. That's why I like the total here, right? Because you just need them to do a little bit. I think the Saints will do 30, probably, right? No Roquan Smith for the Bears. They were saying, who's the other guy that got hurt? They had a corner that got hurt. I forget his name. Something Johnson got hurt on the Green Bay game. So they might be down Roquan Smith and a corner. So 47 is not a tough number because Chicago, could be chasing this game late, could throw up 10 points in the fourth quarter just trying to chase the game. Right. So, if New Orleans gets to 30, you could get this to 31-20, 31-24, just solely on the Bears chasing it. So I think you could cover this pretty easy if the game goes we think it's going to go.
Yeah, and if you purely go based off like points and how the teams have been playing recently, New Orleans 38 in their last 3 and Chicago 30 in their last 3. That's
like Chicago was on a point last week, and that was a tough matchup last week. Like the Packers are a tough matchup in general, right? Especially you have to win. So I'm not saying that Trubisky is going to go out there and throw up like a 7 spot, right? But you saw the first break in that solid Trubisky play where he showed you the old Mitch and why he got benched. So is he going to bounce back? Hopefully, right? He didn't target Allen Robinson at all last week, so they got to get Allen Robinson involved. He used Kmet a lot, but he's got to use his weapons. He's got to push the ball down the field.
And right? I think that's the good thing is Chicago does.
That's the one thing the Saints don't do a good job of. I watched a lot of Saints game this year. They take a lot of PI calls, right? They're good in the secondary. They're really good against the run, but you get into their DBs, they're going to take PI calls, right? So that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to get big chunk plays, big chunk penalties, right? And, keep the ball out of Brees' hands if they want to win the game. We don't want to see that for points, right? But I think we're going to see quick strike from the Bears because that's what they are, right? Deep throws, and the Saints are going to be the same thing. Thomas is back. Kamara's back. I think it's going to be lots of points.
All right, Matt, do you have anything else to add to that one?
He's not really, but a little stack guy Matt coming back. 31-17 is actually all we need. 31-17. So if the Bears can get 17 points, which I think they can do, then we're good.
That's a combination of 10 and 7 makes 17 points.
Right.
Yep. Hey, you said 31-20. I was just making sure. 31-17 is actually.
I'm throwing out logical scenarios here.
How is 17 not a logical number? It's 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Well, I don't know.
Not whipping out like 18 and you need 18 and 30.
To be honest, it's just because Sack Guy Matt came out. That's probably the biggest issue. But either way, I think we can all agree we like the over. There's going to be points scored in this game. The outcome really doesn't matter as long as points are scored for the show. We'll get into the quick hits and stuff after this. But so those are our picks. We like Indianapolis, Buffalo over 51 points, and we like Chicago, New Orleans over 47.5. I just had a issue there speaking. Next we'll get into our Take It to the Bank segment. This is Matt's favorite segment because it's the only thing he can actually do right. Everybody else has struggled a little bit. So, Justin, lead us off with your Take It to the Bank because we've already talked about it and beat it.
Yeah, I already talked about it. Indy Buffalo over. I wasted all my stats on you guys earlier. So, just going to talk about it. Josh Allen, let's have lots of fun out there. Right? They're killing it. They don't even need the running backs. They got Beasley's 50-50 to play, but he's got John Brown back. So they're identical players pretty much. So you can swap them in and out. John Brown scored a touchdown last week. He's getting Isaiah McKenzie involved. He was John Brown 2.0. Diggs will play. Diggs is the best wide receiver in football this year. And Josh Allen is so confident right now that you can have a pick, you go back out there, throw a touchdown, right? Before you used to look at Josh Allen and go, oh, gets a pick, he's going to play wonky, right? He hasn't taken those hits yet this year either. He's running the ball when he needs to run it, and they look effective, right? But Indy's going to score their points too. Jonathan Taylor tried to make a last-minute pitch for Rookie of the Year there at the end of the year, right? Crushed 250-plus yards last week. But Rivers is good. Pittman, Hilton, and Pascal are a sneaky receiving core, right? And like I said, Indy's got 24-plus points in their last 8 games. And Buffalo doesn't try and stop you on defense. They just stop you enough that they can go score 38, which is probably what's going to happen this week. So I think, like I said when we were talking about it earlier, this game could be almost at 40-plus points by half.
Right.
So I'm expecting lots of fireworks and what I think is going to be the best game of the weekend.
There you go. You keep saying that. Keep hammering that. Best game of the weekend.
I think so. I'm on the Bills train, man. Like, I'm on the Bills train. Like, been watching them all year. They're fun to watch. They enjoy playing, and it's good to see like energy back in Buffalo.
Jake, can you clip that? Can you clip
long.
that, please? Can you clip that saying he's on the Bills train? Can you clip that?
Clip.
Thanks.
Clip.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Why? What's wrong with that? I'm not a Pats fan.
You're a Steelers fan.
You're Steelers fans.
They beat us.
Not-
We played like shit. What does that have to do with it?
I'm just saying we're
Like,
gonna
obviously,
use
if it comes to the game, I want my team to win. But I'm saying it's fun
we're
to
gonna clip it. We're just gonna clip it just in case.
All right,
We're
whatever.
gonna have it. Put it in the bank.
Yeah.
Speaking of bank, Jake, what are you putting in the bank? What are you taking to it?
Thanks,
I got
Jake. Appreciate it.
I got Justin boys this week. Pitt -6 against Cleveland. I don't know if anyone's heard the news. Cleveland's down a few coaches this week, including head coach Kevin Stefanski. I think they got the special teams coach out there being the head coach, which is a little bit of a mess.
Your OC is actually calling plays this week for the first time all year.
Oh, wow. That'll be
Stefanski calls his own plays, and they're like the offensive coordinator's calling plays. And I went, really? That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I think Pitt at home. I mean, Justin's told me all year that Pitt in divisional games at home blows these teams out. That's what he always tells me. And I thought about that when I looked at this line. I said, you know what? I think they can cover a touchdown. I think the coaching thing does make a big difference for the Browns. And if they can't get that run game going, it's going to be a long day for Cleveland because the passing game, as we've seen, obviously that Ravens game was kind of a one-off, but without a strong run game, that pass game is really ineffective. We saw them lose to the Jets. I know that was with no wide receivers, but a bit of a mess. And then last week, they barely beat Pittsburgh with the second-string quarterback, Mason Rudolph, and some other second-string guys. So I just don't think – unfortunately, like Cleveland had a lot of momentum. I just don't think this is going to be their game, and that's why I'm taking Pitt -6. Take it to the bank.
There you go. So going back to that Chicago-New Orleans game, TJ, what's your ticket to the bank?
Like I was saying before, I think Chicago this week is going to surprise a lot of people against the Saints, show that they actually have been able to put it together a little bit and show that they're a good team. Again, I don't think they're going to win this week, but I do like Chicago +10 against the Saints. A lot to do with how their offense has been working. We've always said that Chicago's a defense team and their offense can't do anything. If they're going to win a game, it's their defense. I think that narrative has sort of changed a lot recently. And with David Montgomery being an absolute beast recently, tearing it up for them. We all know Allen Robinson's an animal. It depends if Mitch Trubisky can play the way he was playing before last game. He had a bit of a hitch. The good news is they do have 2 options. So if one goes bad, we can hope the other picks it up for them. But I think the Bears are going to keep this close. I think they'll probably lose by a touchdown, maybe a field goal. But yeah, I like Chicago +10 against the Saints for sure. Their defense will be able to shut down the Saints in key moments, I think, enough to keep them in the game. But it's going to be a high-scoring game, and it's going to be a good game, I think. So Chicago +10.
Matt, what's your take to the bank?
So talking about beasts and running backs, have you guys heard of Derrick Henry?
Oh,
Is he playing
Scott-
baseball?
Any good?
I mean, he's not bad. I mean, he
Okay.
kind of runs the ball quite well.
How many yards?
Like at least 150 a game.
Oh, okay.
150 a
so-
season. That's it. That's pathetic.
Yeah, you only hit like 2,000 yards this year.
Couple
Terrible.
Oh,
Only
my-
the 8th player to do it ever, but like
Oh,
it's kind of whatever.
Oh,
And he's
that Derrick Henry.
Yeah, that one.
I got you
With
now.
the disgusting rat tail.
Derrick Henry. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Henry. Yeah, so everyone keeps talking about the Baltimore Ravens. They have a top 6 run defense, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a shit.
By everyone, do you mean Justin?
Yeah, more Justin than anything. Yeah. I don't care. Derrick Henry is back in playoff form like he was last year. Same thing happened. He just runs over teams, doesn't care. And Tannehill, still a very good quarterback. They have a very good passing offense still. A.J. Brown passed 1,000 yards as well. So if you guys can't already tell, my ticket to the bank this week is going to be the Titans +3. I see this being a very back and forth game. Very, very aggressive. Both teams going to have a lot of points scored. I just don't know if I can trust LaFraud throwing the football. I can't trust him. I know that both teams are heavily on the run. I can trust Tannehill a lot more on a 2-minute drive at the end of the game than Lamar Jackson. So my ticket to the bank this week is Tennessee +3.
Yeah, I think the best part of the segment is just when we always go in on each other. I think that's the best part is when we just kind of go
100%.
against each other. You know,
We all yell and scream our hate for each other.
agreeing with people is overrated. Like, to be honest,
It's not fun. I like
is.
debating.
All right, so before we get into that, I'll say my ticket to the bank. Chicago, New Orleans over. I just think the 47.5, I think it's too low, in my opinion. I think Chicago is being underrated for their offense. Their defense has played well, but New Orleans is getting healthy, and that offense together, and when they're all healthy, is very dangerous, in my opinion. You know, Michael Thomas, as Justin said, Michael Thomas, Kamara, and even with Drew Brees aging a little bit, the check down to Kamara is still probably the most dangerous weapon they have in that arsenal. So I like Chicago and New Orleans over 47.5. Let's get into quick hits. Justin, you got a couple? You want to show them?
Sure. So
If
first,
you don't want to, you don't have to.
oh no, it's okay. I'm
Oh,
ready.
okay.
Let's see where we get the fire. I'll go with the first one because there's no fire. in that one.
Sure, you seemed a little hesitant.
No, I was looking up a stat. I've been looking up stats here because I'm trying to find something.
No worries.
I think I found one.
Only
So
two.
first one, Chicago, New Orleans over. Same thing as what we did the show. Same thing with Kyle. I think going to be lots of points, and I think Saints will be up a bunch, and Bears will chase and cover. Second one, I'm on Baltimore -3. They've been lighting people up the last couple of weeks. I was anti-Baltimore middle of the year. Lamar Jackson sucks. I still don't think he's great throwing the ball, right? But I think he's gotten right. J.K. Dobbins is running the ball like crazy. They've cleared out that COVID thing. And I look at the defenses and I go, okay, Baltimore can make stops throughout the game. Tennessee throughout the whole year has proven they can't stop anybody at any time in the year, right? I'm looking at, Derrick Henry against the Ravens in his career. Played them this year. He had 28 carries, 133 yards, had a good game. Previous two games, 7 carries, 21 yards, 8 carries, 26 yards.
Was he a rookie or something? Where are these numbers coming from?
Right?
That include the playoff game that they
Pro
won?
Football Reference.
Oh, was this the one where he had 133 was the game they won?
Yes. I
Oh,
told you.
okay. Okay. Just
What about
That's
the
what
other
good
one? that
stats
they won?
usually mean. Right? So it's all going to come down to, I think the Ravens, I don't think they're going to stop Henry completely. Right? I think he's going to get his yards, but he's not going to run for 250. Right? That's the
fine.
centerpiece, right? Go back to the Green Bay game. They made it their point to stop Derrick Henry, and Tannehill didn't know what to do for the first half because that team, Tennessee's got to establish the run to get the throwing going. They're not a straight drop back team. They don't have a strong enough offensive line to do that. So I think Baltimore's going to get out early. I think they're going to get in their face on defense, and I think Baltimore will get the lead, and then it's a lot for Tennessee to chase, right? Is there a chance Tennessee wins? Yeah, that's why the line's only 3 fucking points. So simmer down over there, right? I think I'm good on my locks. I think it's time that you shit the bed on your lock. Maybe you'll hit your quick hits. You can hit your quick kicks this week. Go for it. I want you to have a great week on quick hits, but I want you to lose your ticket.
What segment is this?
Yeah. Okay. What is this? Another lock? Is Justin going 2 locks this week?
This is just going on Matt because I want to hear. I just had to
I'm only teasing.
We're going into the show.
So he has a ticket to the bank, and he also has a ticket to the vault too. It's even more of a lock than in the original one.
Save it to the piggy bank. That's the second one. Take it to the piggy bank.
Totally teasy.
All right, Jake, you got a couple.
Hey, I spent 10 seconds on my first pick.
I know you did. You did. I like I said, I'm only two. Right, I got three here. Indy Buffalo over 51. The boys talked about that one. I don't think we need to really address anything more. I think there's going to be a lot of points in that game. I think 51 is actually low for this game. Then I have Baltimore, Tennessee, first half over 27. So you're looking at, what is that? 4 touchdowns will get you the number. I think this game is just going to be constant back and forth. Even though they're both heavy run teams, I don't think it's going to be a big deal because when they are running the ball, they're running it for long runs, right? I mean, it's two really strong scoring teams. Actually, both rank top 10 in first half scoring as well. So something to take into factor. And then I have an NBA game. It'll be Friday, January 8th. I have the Phoenix Suns minus 6.5 over the Detroit Pistons. Suns are 6-2 this year. They've been buzzing. Their average win margin is right around 11 points. Detroit is 1-7 this year. 6 of their 7 games they've lost by 8+. So take the Suns minus 6.5. That's it for my quick hits.
I like it. Short, sweet. It is a good point too. That's definitely a very good point. TJ, you have 3. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll start with the ones that we've sort of talked about first so I can get them out of the way. Tennessee +3 against Baltimore. Derrick Henry is going to run all over them. I think Baltimore will actually keep this game kind of close. I don't think Tennessee's going to blow up Baltimore, but I do think they will actually probably end up winning this game. It will be very close, but I definitely see them covering the 3. My next one is Buffalo minus 6.5. We were talking about Buffalo, how good they are and how good their offense is. And I've seen it many weeks in a row. They just don't stop. Once they put up points, they just keep going. So the other team has no chance to come back. So anytime I think Buffalo is going to win a game, I think they're going to win it by a lot. So minus 6.5 is good. My last one is I've been taking overs a lot. I don't know what my total record is on the year, but I don't think my overs are very good at all. So this week I'm going with an under. I think this might be my first under on the show. But I'm going for the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game. I'm going under 47.5. Cleveland's got a lot of problems right now. I did like them to actually win this game before all their issues came out. Now, not at all. I don't think they're going to put up very many points, and I don't think Pittsburgh puts up that many points either. So I think under 47 here is a safe play in a low-scoring battle.
Safe play. Okay. Matt, you got 2. Go ahead.
Okay, they're over. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm keeping it nice. So at least I go 1 and 2 this week. So for my quick hits, I'm going to be taking the under 42 in the Seahawks-Rams game. I know it's a low number. It's going to be a scary one. I'm going to be sweating my nuts off the whole game. But the 2 games they've played this year, the totals have been 29 and 39.
39 is pretty close, isn't it?
That's pretty close.
It's getting a little close. It's a playoff game. I feel like it's going to be a close one.
Wait. Was that 39? Wasn't it like 7 points scored in the first half too?
Yeah.
Not important. Could be 7 points scored in the second half of the game. I don't care. Justin got saved with a 2-pointer.
Oh my goodness.
So it's gonna be all right. And now the second one. This is a pure I hate it pick. Colts +6.5. The public is murdering the Bills, and I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be a sharp and take Colts +6.5 for no reason. So yeah, there's my quick hits.
Every sharp that's bet against Buffalo for the last 5 weeks has gotten murdered.
Yeah, I know. But why not?
And first, we're not going to get into it yet, but Matt has not been a sharp.
Hey, my locks are good. Come on.
He also went with what he hated last week and lost.
Yeah, and got murdered.
I love him.
God.
Just a reminder.
All right. Everybody. I said I was going to take less picks this week, but I'm still taking 4, let alone with player props. I like Cleveland, Pittsburgh over 47.5. I think both teams, well, not both teams, but Cleveland's coming in a little bit hotter than Pittsburgh is right now. Pittsburgh has definitely bounced back recently from their abysmal showings in the back end of the year. And I do think they step up in the playoffs. I think Pittsburgh's defense is good, but I still think Cleveland's going to run the ball. Cleveland had a lot of success last week with running the ball as well. And as long as Baker can throw the ball to somebody, I think we'll be all right with that one. So Second hit, Buffalo 6.5. Going to shit on Matt with that one, so we'll go with there. I don't really need to say much. Buffalo's offense is just unreal right now. They're white hot. And I'm looking forward to a Buffalo Kansas City matchup in the AFC Championship.
And it's fading. It's fading Matt. So I'm fading Matt's quick hits. So
of course,
I told
can't
you.
go wrong. Can't go wrong
When did I
there.
say not to fade my
Can I
quick
add another
hits?
pick in quickly?
Nope. Too late.
Two,
You can't fade
actually.
Matt. You can't fade
Actually.
Matt. Actually, that'd be a double fade by Justin. By the way,
Yeah, we
You
don't
have
fade my
Baltimore
locks,
and
though. That's a
Buffalo.
spooky.
Oh, yeah, that
I
would
want
be
to do that.
I also like Seattle -3.5. I like that because Jared Goff is questionable play, and even if he does play, he has a broken thumb. I don't know if he's going to actually be able to throw the ball,
Agreed.
let alone with any accuracy. That's the biggest thing.
Under 42.
And the biggest problem, even if he does play, Seattle's bad part is their passing defense, and if he can't throw the ball properly, I think that actually benefits Seattle a lot. So, because Seattle can kind of hold the run, and the Rams, I don't know who's going to run the ball for them. I think it may be Akers, but I don't trust him as a lead horse back. So I like Seattle -3.5. I also have a basketball pick. The Bucks have been putting up points like no goddamn tomorrow in games. They're playing Utah tomorrow, the January 8th. So I do like Milwaukee -5.5 against the Utah Jazz. So that's my final quick hit for now. See if I had some player props come this weekend, but I didn't have the greatest luck with player props last week. So
That means
We'll see
Kyle's
what goes on
adding
with
5 this week.
Let's put it this way. We have a sheet where we put all our picks on, and I have now extended that sheet from quick hit to number 5. There's now quick hit 9 based on my adding picks. So you may have
switching from all the extra work he has to
Yeah.
get on the sheet from Kyle.
Yeah, for all the extra tweets. Yeah, add this one, add this one, add this one.
Yeah.
But that's it for our picks. I'm gonna just go quickly over our overall records. Matt's not gonna like this, but
we're gonna love it. We're all gonna love hearing
we
that.
have-
part.
Matt's picks and then end the show.
We have tweeted it out every week, but just in case anybody hasn't seen our tweets, I'm just gonna say the records. I am 31-40-3 at a 44% winning percentage. Justin is 24-35-1 with a 41% winning. Jake is 20-27-3, 43%. Man, you got to get those numbers. Oh my God, you and TJ have the exact same amount of picks and records.
Yeah.
Go.
TJ is
I love it.
20-27-3, 43%.
Do I have the most picks, or is Kyle ahead of me?
Oh, I'm
Okay,
way
hold
ahead
on.
of you, my guy.
Okay.
I'm
Going-
like 13 picks ahead of you.
Going into week 4, Matt was 7-8,
It's not bad.
and now tell him what his record.
Matt is
No,
Matt
okay,
is-
wait. Do pre-December. How about that? Because December was 6-19.
Oh my God, we're not doing all that math, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Matt,
then
is,
do it.
Matt is currently
You
21,
brought your notes.
38-2
Ooh.
for a 36% win.
Before
percentage.
December, I was 15-19.
21-38-2. 21-38, probably the final score in that Bills game, by the way.
That's the over.
Yeah,
I
there you
like
go.
it.
And then our in-house, we were off to a great start, and the last 4 weeks have been an absolute disappointment. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Our in-house is now 9-13-2. We haven't had a win in the last 4 weeks, so it's kind of unfortunate in that. Overall, for the show, everybody included, we are 41%, 125, 180, and 14. Those 14 ties are really killing us right now. so.
Crazy.
Or they're saving us.
Yeah, or saving.
Or, yeah, the other way, yeah.
They are
That's
killing
fair.
us.
That way
I'm
to
being
be-
positive. I'm being positive. All right. Jesus. Anyways, anything else to add, boys, before we end this off?
You didn't include my locks, though. It's the only good thing I have.
sorry.
Matt, you talk about
Sorry,
your locks every
podcast is
week.
over.
You talk about your locks every week, guys.
Well,
I'm
that's why I
4-1
talked about
locks.
my
Yeah, I lost
0-5
them.
quick hits.
And then you lose everything else.
I'm also pretty sure
It's
you've
only that long.
said that 3 or 4 times already when you were
That's
making
what I
your
mean.
picks.
Like, what do we mean? We've mentioned it all show.
Just makes me feel a bit better about myself. That's all.
Oh,
Matt's locks are 4-1, guys.
Yeah. Hey.
Jake, cut that part out of the show.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cut. It's at the end. I can cut it. It's easy.
So is that all, boys? You got anything else
Yeah,
to add on
Good
this
for
one?
me.
I think we're good.
Stay
Coming
tuned.
up. Hockey's coming up.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
there you go. Steal my thunder. Jesus. All right.
It's gonna be a lot
s-
of bets coming for that.
Stay tuned next week. We are going to probably put out a show on Tuesday as the NHL starts on Wednesday. So we're going to make some NHL picks on that one specifically. And then we'll decide when we want to do our next show, whether we do our regular show on Thursday, Friday. Just stay tuned to our our social media is what I was trying to say, which is way off. Instagram and Twitter at Betting House Pod. And then you can also follow the Garage Door Sports Network on YouTube, which is the Garage Door Sports Network, where you can find all our videos of our shows when we actually post them and so on and so forth.
Yeah, a couple weeks off. I should be back with the video this week. So
there we go. New year, new podcast. There we go. That's how it works.
Sure. I
New
sort of
year,
forgot.
New Year, same Matt with bets. So, but from all of us here at the Betting House Podcast, we'll see you next time.
My friends are degenerates, but I